Good morning, fellow travelers. My name is Ember Aeternal, and welcome to my channel, Coaching. Today I'm going to be giving a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but if it does, take what fits and leave what doesn't. If you'd like a personal reading at some point, please contact me at spritforgecoaching@gmail.com to schedule your reading. Okay, let's get started. Spirit, please give us the wisdom and knowledge we need to navigate our lives with dignity and grace and truthfulness. We have the Two of Swords. Seems that you are in indecision or in a stalemate. Let's find out why. Let's get into obstacles. We have the Three of Wands and the Two of Cups. So, Wands is about the will to manifest, passion, action, sometimes about sex. Cups is about emotion, connection, intuition. And so we have the Three of Wands in your obstacles. This is generally a need for patience and planning, but for some reason you don't have that. And there's something here about needing to make up with someone. So it's kind of clear what your obstacle is. You need to make up with somebody. You need the patience and planning to do it, but you're feeling indecisive about it. I think you have some fear about making up with whomever this is. So let's get your supports. So we have the Knight of Swords. Swords is about communication, clarity of thought, intelligence. And the knights are generally the messengers. So you have a disagreement in your supports. So the disagreement that you had, since this is in your supports, I think that you are in the right. And this other person may be being stubborn, but you don't want to lose them. So I think the indecision is that you're afraid if you don't give ground, they may abandon you. Let's see, subconscious influences. I'm going to take that. We have the Six of Wands. This can be about public victory. And of course, you only have victory after there's been a struggle. You may be getting awards, accolades. I think this argument with this person may have been something that either happened in the public or became public. And you have gotten pats on the back for being right, for holding your ground. Something like that. Let's get ego. We have the Ten of Wands, utter exhaustion. As said previously, the wands are about action and passion and the will to manifest. And it seems that your ego is just possibly too exhausted to do any of those things. Or the aftermath of this disagreement is too much of a burden. Let's get conscious influences. We have the Eight of Wands, fast movement. Eight of Wands is the fastest of the wands, and the wands are all fast. It's all fast energy. You know, it being about action. This could be shots fired. This could be pot shots. Maybe within the argument, even though you were right, you took some pot shots at this person, and that's why you're indecisive. Or they took some pot shots at you that are making you question your self-worth or your knowledge. Whatever it is, this is rapid. This is very rapid. And it's something that you're aware of. So let's get past influences. We have, I'm going to take both of these. We have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So your past influences, you've got quite a few wands here. You've got, that's the Two of Swords. Yeah, that's the Two of Swords. You've got a Six of Wands, Ten of Wands, Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands, and Queen of Wands. You're all over the place with this energy. So, past influences, the Ace of Wands is, this is generally, the aces are potential, the beginning of things. And you may be free from some sort of restraint You may have been freed from some sort of restraint. Perhaps during this argument you realized that you needed to take your restraints off and tell this person how things really were. And the Queen of Wands. So the queens are the ones who gather the energy together and ready it for mastery. They're not masters yet, but they're close. And I'm kind of... I wonder if one of the reasons you're feeling indecisive about making up with this person or not wanting to is because this argument took place at a public event, an event that was supposed to be happy. All right, let's get current circumstances. I'm going to take both of these too. We've got the King of Pentacles and the Moon. So the kings are the masters of their suits, of the energy of the suits. And the King of Pentacles is a master of gaining abundance, of fertility, of grounding and stability and prosperity. And with the Moon on top of this could be a warning of illusions or deception, a call to really tap into your intuition. So I'm really getting here that your intuition is absolutely correct about what happened with this person. You weren't wrong in the disagreement. There's some... Yeah, you need to ground yourself and really look at everything that happened so you can be certain yourself of the truth. Yes, really, really dig into your intuition and then put it into action. It's best that you stop living in this indecisive energy. Let's get future possibilities, future influences. We have the Ten of Swords, defeat. Swords are about clarity and communication. Intelligence, clarity of thought, and you know, this could be defeat. This could even be death. Or it could just be a major life change as a result of finding the truth, of seeking the truth, of grounding yourself. And it may be best not to make up with this person. whether you make up with them or not, it's going to bring about a major life change. But I think if you make up with them, it's going to be extremely negative. And if you just continue to walk the other direction, you know what? Let me get outcome. So we have Judgment. Clearly you're trying to judge what the right move is. And I think you're waiting for more information. I also think that with the moon here, you have all the information, but maybe you don't want to see it. But Judgment. I'm thinking that whatever this is, you're going to make the best decision for yourself. You're going to make the best decision for your own well-being, and you will realize that it was out of correct judgment. And it will bring about positive change. I don't think that you're one to engage in harsh judgment of people unless it's warranted. Like, I think they really have to really mess up before you cast harsh judgment on them. I think in this case, this is just your judgment, your discernment, deciding that it's time for you to do what's best for you. Let's get overall energy. We have the Page of Wands. So the pages are at the beginning of understanding the energy of the suit. Wands, you have so many wands here. You want to take action, you just don't. You either don't know which action to take or you don't like the choices that are before you. But, okay, so wands are about action, the will to manifest, passion, possibly about sex. And maybe, maybe one of the reasons you are indecisive about this person was because the sex was really good. But is this one of those psycho situations? Whatever it is, you need to look beyond illusion. And that's what this says. That's what this is right here. You need to look beyond illusion. The moon, while beautiful, and while it creates a beautiful landscape, often what you see is not what is actual. Often what you're seeing is patterns created by dim silvery light. While they may be beautiful, they may be hiding monsters. So we are going to get 3 cards now. Balancing factors, unknown influences, and suggested improvements. Well, that shuffling kind of sucked. Okay, I guess I'm not supposed to shuffle. So, balancing factors. We have criticism. Is this person highly critical of you? Or was this disagreement about criticism. Maybe you criticized them for something. They didn't like it. Let's get unknown influences. We have intellectual richness. So you're somebody who likes to learn. You love to learn. You love to enrich your life with intellectual pursuits. Let's get suggested improvements. We have rage. Let's get overall energy. Family conflicts. So I had been thinking that this was a disagreement between two romantic partners. But with that final card, family conflicts, I am thinking now that this is a conflict between a parent and a child. Yeah, I think you called your parent out and they didn't like it, and now you're making the agonizing decision to either try to make up or walk away. But if you try to make up, you're going to have to eat crow. You're going to have to. You're going to have to compromise your integrity if you make up with this parent. And yes, it is incredibly painful to walk away from a parent, from basically a god of your universe. Sometimes it must be done in order to grow, in order to make positive life changes. So I think you're going to find the truth. You're going to find the answer. And you are going to be living in some despair over it. But in the end, you're going to be able to make some positive life changes, because you're going to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I stood up for what was right. And I get the feeling, I get the feeling that this was with a mother figure. Possibly even with a mother-in-law. Yet the more I look at this, the more I think that there was a disagreement with a mother-in-law, or about a mother-in-law. No, it was with. And it seems that she is the type to drag the rest of the family in when she doesn't get her way. It's possible that this was... It's possible that the disagreement was about... I want to say about your wedding. But that doesn't feel exactly right. You know what? I'm going to pull one rune card. Let's see if I can get a little bit of clarity on this. Spirit, please tell Please tell us what this argument was all about. So, Dagaz, also known as Dog, is the rune of Baldur. He's basically the resurrection god who is resurrected after Ragnarok and heralds a brand new, bright new, clean world. This came out in reverse. So this was definitely about a new beginning. I'm thinking this was about a wedding. I think the prospective mother-in-law tried to be overbearing. Still doesn't feel quite accurate. And yes, Dagaz is normally not reversed, but this came out in reverse. So, yeah, I'm gonna... Let's see overall energy with this. Pertho, which is lot cast. The Fates. This was something that was inevitable. This person, I really think this was a mother-in-law figure. This disagreement was inevitable. Because of the way she is, because of the way you are, you were bound to clash. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you have clashed from the very beginning. And this was just the final straw. I think honestly, I really get the strong sense that you were defending your soon-to-be partner from the onslaught of this mother-in-law figure. And yes, this disagreement was inevitable. And now you face the hard decision of not only whether or not to cut her out of your life, but what this is going to mean to your relationship. It doesn't look like your soon-to-be partner is going to walk away from you if you cut the mother-in-law out. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But if you don't cut her out, things are just going to get more and more miserable. You're just going to be more and more overburdened, more and more exhausted, and it's not just going to be you. It's going to be a ripple effect. And I get the sense that you are the first person to ever stand up to her, or at least in a very long time. And I think you standing up to her gives others hope for themselves. But the choice is yours. I strongly encourage you to stand up to her. I'm finished here. If you like the way that I read, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can be informed as soon as I post new content. And I hope you have a wonderful day.